So I'm a 20-year-old guy that manages to save 30 to 40% of my income, and I'm gonna explain how I do it. And for our viewers that may be wondering, like, oh, it's easy for you because you're young, but I actually move out and I still manage to save closer to 50% of my income. And I'm gonna discuss how I did it and how you can do it. And I understand that not everybody will listen to this video or take advice from this video, but I'm trying to spread my word as to how I did it, and maybe you could think of as something that relates to it or that can work towards it. So let's just jump straight to it. How I save 30 to 40% of my income. Number one is you have to rent with friends or roommates, preferably friends because you already know them. And I understand that, they're just saying like you don't know someone until you move in with them. And I do believe that, but I actually moved in with my friends and I think it's been amazing, honestly. It's been like 2 months and we haven't had any issues, to be honest. So renting with friends or roommates automatically like halves it if you just get one roommate. So let's imagine you get like a $1,600 apartment, and it sounds like a lot, which it is, but if you get yourself a roommate, that's only 800 now, and 800 is like, oh, it may not seem like much, but it's half of the original payment that you were gonna do. And of course, you have to find a trusted roommate to do this because not everybody in the world is financially stable, or emergencies happen to the point where you can't pay rent or you can't do this. So that's why I believe you should rent with your friends or rent with your trustworthy friends or acquaintances or just family, friends, anybody. So renting is actually, I guess, renting with roommates, of course, like I said, it has to, or at least for me, since I'm renting with 3 other people, my girlfriend and my 2 other friends, we actually split rent, and my rent doesn't even cover a full paycheck, which is actually insane. So I get to save a lot of money because of that. And I'm really grateful for that because we were all, I guess the topic just kind of came along like, hey, we're kind of trying to move out, and like they were trying to move out too. It's like, why don't we move in together? We could just all save a lot of money together. So is it going to continue forever? No, of course not. But by that time where we separate or go our own ways, we should all have enough saved to like be financially stable by ourselves. So that's point number one, is just renting is a must, or you can stay at home all day, live with your parents if you can. And I know a lot of people advocate like stay with your parents forever, but chances are we're all humans. We all naturally want to explore the world. We all naturally have other feelings or have interest or like have an natural instinct in us to just go out and just do something else. So I'm not saying stay with your parents for as long as you want or for forever, like till you're like 35, or like, oh, stay with them for your whole entire life. I'm not saying do that. I'm saying manage your income whenever you're not paying bills like that, whenever you're not paying rent, whenever you're not paying for utilities. And who knows, maybe you are at your parents' place, but it'll still be cheaper than, let's say, getting your own apartment, because of course you're going to pay your own bills by yourself. So that's enough yapping. Point number 2 is just setting up automatic transfers. And a lot of people do not do this, but I believe it's the number one thing to, like, I guess, break your habit of spending money if you really have a bad habit of spending money. I used to have a bad habit of spending money. I used to get my paychecks and I used to spend it all and wonder where my money went when I DoorDashed this much like this week, even though I could have went and just drove and got it. So automatic transfers is the best thing. Like whenever my paycheck hits, it's automatically like $200 or $300 just straight to my savings account, my high yield savings account. And I'm building my emergency fund right now, so I will invest in my Roth IRA later. Of course, I have some invested in my Roth IRA, aka my retirement account, but what matters first is an emergency fund, because if something, let's say like my car engine just blew up out of nowhere, I'll have money to actually repair or just buy a new car as a whole, instead of just putting it on my retirement account and not having any money or having to suffer because I don't have instant cash like that, I guess. And I understand Roth IRA, you technically can withdraw without like any severe drawback or any severe like fees or anything like that. But retirement is retirement, guys. I don't think anyone should touch the retirement account unless they really have to. Like, I'm talking like COVID, like, oh, no one's knowing, like, oh, the world might end type of stuff. But that's point number 2, automating your transfers. And this doesn't equate just to like, oh, straight to your checking account. This could equate to like anything, like retirement account, like I stated earlier, high yield savings account, or just, I guess, anything in general. It could be like, oh, I want to save up for this, so you put it in this, like, or you're trying to save up for a new item that you want. Like, let's say I wanted this new $1,000 TV. Like, obviously you can't just go out and buy it. And of course, even if you do, that's good for you. You know, like, I'm trying to, I guess, what I'm trying to say is like, just save that extra money. Like, hey, I want this $1,000 TV, but I don't need it now. Because why would you buy it now and not like financially cover your rent, or just not have enough money for other things? So instead of just buying it outright, you delay your gratification and you save on the side. Like, hey, I'm gonna save like $100 every week if I can, or like $200 every month, and like by this month, by this day, I should have enough for $1,000 TV. And if you put in a high yield savings account, you earn like a few dollars extra, which may not sound like much, but in reality, it is. Every dollar counts, every percentage counts, and a lot of people don't take that into account. So that's number 2, is just automating transfers. Number 3 is just realizing the benefits of a high yield savings account. And I will go over this a lot over and over again, but the first thing you should do when you turn 18 is, of course, you should apply for a credit card. Try to get your credit score up, but for your extra money that you can't, like, that you don't spend immediately for the emergency funds or the funding or the savings that you want for a house or anything like that, I would go ahead and put that in a high yield savings account just because of the interest that you get. So I believe my interest is, I think it was APY is 3.1, which may not sound like a lot, but that's like, I think it was something like 15 times more percentage yada yada than a traditional savings account. And if you don't know what high yield savings account is, I would highly recommend searching it up. My high yield savings account is through Discover, but since Discover is merging with Capital One, I actually am gonna, I guess, I kind of have no choice but to go to Capital One now, which I don't know how their stuff is because I never used any credit cards. I never banked with them before, so it'll be a different transition. But if I don't like it, I'll just, of course, just get a different high yield savings account that offers more benefits towards me, or it has better customer service. But that's really just point 3, just high yield savings account. It's the best thing you could do, like short-term emergency funds, or like where you want to keep your money instead of a regular checking account which never gains interest. And my last point, I'm sorry guys, I only have 4 points, but I really don't go out often. I try not to go out often, so I will only go like once a week maybe. And of course, I'm not saying like don't go out at all, because everyone needs that mental break, like from home, where everyone just needs to go out once in a while. So I try to go out with like once a week with my roommates and I, or just my girlfriend and I, just go out, eat, go on a date, stuff like that. And that really saved me a lot of money, because I know a lot of people who go out every day that they can, or just go out as often as they could, and they end up spending a lot of money, even though, like, let's say like, hey, I'm not driving my car, so I'm not actually wasting money, but you're gonna waste more money in, like, let's say buying books. Like, if you're gonna go to Barnes and Nobles, you're gonna waste more money doing that, or you're gonna waste money just going out in general. It's just like, it's kind of like the more you go out, the more you'll spend. It's kind of like I guess hand in hand. It's kind of like pretty obvious, I guess, but some people don't realize it. Like, the more you go out, the more like you will have chances of spending money. Like, hey, this thing's only like $5, but next thing you know, every single day you go out, $5, that stuff adds up. You spend up like $100, $200 every month, and it doesn't sound like a lot, but it really is. It's probably like, if you get, let's just say you get paid like $10 an hour, which is kind of unrealistic nowadays, because a lot of jobs are paying well. Shoot, even fast food jobs are paying more than $10 an hour. But say that, and $100, say $25 every week. You know, it's like, hey, it's nothing, but it ends up being like 10 hours worth of work just to get those small things like ice cream whenever you could have bought it from a store, or like this nice jewelry, or just stuff like that in general. You know, you get my point. But I don't go out as often just to save money. And of course, if I do want to go out more often, I will. I'm not saying I restrict myself strictly to save money. You know, that's not something I want you to do. But as a person, I don't really go out as much anyways. So that's all I have for today's video, guys. If you guys like this video, comment, like, subscribe, and thank you.